going on, everyone? Mark, Jess, and Tim here from Ring Rants, here to do another prediction video for WWE Payback. For this video, we'll be talking about two matches. The first one being the finals for the Tag Team Championship Tournament, Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains. And I think I speak for all three of us here. We are super jacked up that these guys are on the main roster, and that out of all the established tag teams that were already on the main roster for, the longest time, Dudley's, Usos, and all of them, Enzo and Cass and the Vaudevillains make it all the way to the finals. Like, that's nuts. I did not see that coming. I thought maybe one of them might have. Maybe it would have been like Enzo and Cass versus the Dudleys or something. But I had no idea that they would go all the way and have it be the NXT tag teams. So I'm very happy about that. I don't know about you guys. I think you guys share my excitement.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a big fan of Enzo and Big Cass. I've been following them since they first showed up in NXT, and then to see where they've grown so far, and to see where they are on the main roster, it's amazing to see. I kind of wanted to see them get the NXT titles at least once, but now that they have a shot at the World Tag Team titles on the main roster, it makes it even more bittersweet when they finally get them.
Oh yeah, it'll be an amazing moment, and I hope we see that. I mean, I would prefer it on like a Raw that they win the tag team titles, just because I think more people are going to be able to see it. It makes Raw more intriguing when there's title changes, obviously, and then the fact that they would be beating the New Day, which is obviously the very top of the tag team division of WWE right now. It would be that much better. Is there a chance that Vaudevillains win this though? Does anyone think?
Maybe, but I think that they were called up too soon, a little bit. At least that's what Vince was thinking. He thought that they were called up too early. But I'm more for Enzo and Big Cass, because I can't wait to hear the back and forth between them and the New Day.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be.
But the thing is, now that both of them are faces, so it's just going to be interesting. I don't think any of them would turn, because New Day is already over as a face, and I don't think Enzo and Cass would turn heel.
Yeah, I think they would keep them both face, and they could still have, the back and forth banter, and it would just be, like one-upsmanship, like who has the better disc or whatever. So,
yeah.
But I do think that there is a small chance that Vaudevillains do win, just because, the formula of the face versus the heel, in major title matches. Again, I think it'd be better if it was Enzo and Cass versus New Day, but again, we're kind of biased because I think we all really like Enzo and Cass better. I still like Vaudevillains. I think they're a unique team. They're kind of a throwback to the old, kind of rough style tag teams that were wrestling way back in the day. But I think Enzo and Cass have a little bit more going for them and a little bit more appeal with the crowd. I think the Vaudevillains can too, but they're so gimmicky, and we saw that gimmicky wrestlers don't work out too well, even though they worked out great in NXT. But we've seen with the Ascension, as soon as they hit the main roster, like, nothing. Like, they could not connect with the crowd. The crowd didn't really care for them. And they were set up to succeed. They had matches against legitimate people and legitimate teams, but they just didn't connect. So I'm hoping that's not what happens with the Vaudevillains.
I just hope that they don't end up like the Ascension, where they get buried right away.
Well, to defend WWE more, I just don't think the Ascension really appeal to the main roster crowd, because, again, they're more gimmicky. They have this kind of, not cartoonish, but you know what I mean, kind of characters to them that no one really can appeal with.
Yeah, because when they first debuted, they were bashing all the former tag teams, like the Road Warriors, Demolition. It's like, you just don't do that, even if you're trying to get over as a heel. It's like you're trying. I thought they were trying to duplicate them, but I guess
Yeah, and that I think that's what the fans saw was, oh, they're bashing legendary teams, but they look like one of them. So I think that incongruence was what kind of didn't work for them.
yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Some really good points were made, and that's kind of the difference between teams like the Ascension, between them and Vaudevillains. I think the Vaudevillains just kind of have like a better connection, at least from what I saw during NXT shows and seeing them live and seeing how they interacted with the crowd and how the crowd responded to them. I think it was much different.
Yeah.
And
I hope so. Like I said, I would like to see them be successful, but focusing on this match, like, my heart tells me Enzo and Cass, like, all the way. But I still got this feeling, and behind all that the Vaudevillains win because, again, face and heel, like, you don't break up that formula. It's a proven formula for WWE. So I'm kind of torn.
I mean, I like both teams as well. So, but the Vaudevillains, they've had the NXT tag team titles in. Enzo and Big Cass have had nothing.
Yeah.
And Enzo and Big Cass are super over.
Oh yeah.
Even before they were on the main roster, people were chanting, "How you doing?" and "soft"
Oh, yeah.
all the time. So now that they're finally here, super over, like you can't mess it up.
Yeah.
Even if you tried. It's time to just give them the titles because it would be amazing for the fans who have been following them.
Oh yeah.
They'll make tag team wrestling even more special.
Oh yeah.
For even the more teams that are going to be coming up soon because the Lost Matadors are repackaged again as Primo and Epicos. So imagine what's going to happen with them.
Yeah.
I hope they don't just get thrown into the shuffle and get forgotten about. But right now I'm going with Enzo and Big Cass no matter what.
Yeah. I'll also go Enzo and Cass. Like I said, there's still a small part of me that thinks the Vaudevillains probably wins because, again, good guy versus bad guy. But I think the most logical pick should be Enzo and Cass. You really feature this team that took NXT by storm and was basically the powerhouse of that not company, but that product. That's who you thought of when you said NXT. You thought of Enzo and Cass. What do you think, Jess?
I definitely agree with both of you guys, and I'm going with Enzo and Cass based solely on the momentum train that they're riding right now. I don't think that anything can stop it.
Yeah.
And right now, both teams, I feel like, are definitely like the kickstart that the tag team division needed. And I think the appearance of both really matter to us right now.
100% agree.
When you start to see older teams being dragged up from the past, that's how you know it kind of needs to change. And these guys are the change we needed. So thank you, Shane.
they're the modern day New Age Outlaws.
Oh, yeah.
Soon Enzo and Big Cass won't even have to cut the promos. They'll just
do wrestle. They'll just do what they do.
The fans will be doing the promos for them. They'll just get it started.
They pretty much are. All right, so now on to the big match that we're going to be talking about, and as a little hint, there's going to be some sides taken.
Owens fight.
And I have to get in between these guys.
It's going to be Civil War before Civil War. We have Sami Zayn versus his bestest buddy in the whole wide world, but now enemy, Kevin Owens. All right, so I'm going to straight up say Sami Zayn needs this win way more than Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has been on the main roster for a while now. He's had a lot of success, beat Cena, IC champion, phenomenal matches against everyone he's pretty much gone up with. No doubt about it, he's been brilliant. He's been great there. Sami Zayn just coming up, a month or so ago. Had a few appearances here and there before that, but it would do wonders for Sami Zayn and for the product as a whole if they can give Sami the win. the crowd eats up and loves underdogs. They love wrestlers like Sami Zayn because he looks like them. He has a story that's similar to theirs, and you gotta capitalize on it. It's basically, to a lesser extent, Daniel Bryan 2.0. And maybe that's why I like Sami Zayn so much, that I equate him and Daniel Bryan kind of on the same level. But, undersized guy, a lot of heart, scratched and clawed his way to the top. And it would be amazing to see him get a big win, just like Kevin Owens got a big win on his first pay-per-view. And granted, it was his first match, and it was against John Cena. So, I don't know how you set up a guy better than, first match, pay-per-view, beating John Cena. Sami Zayn getting the win could use that momentum for sure, in my opinion.
So, Mr. Kevin Owens, why don't you do some talking?
Because I think that Sami Zayn needs to go back to underground. He's been riding Kevin Owens' coattails for years.
Hold me back.
Riding the coattails? The guy forged his own thing. They're just like, they're both similar in the sense that they're indie guys. They came up from, Japan and Ring of Honor and all that. So they have similar stories in wrestling sense. But I think Kevin Owens, despite being not like a conventional looking big guy, he looks more like a WWE wrestler, what you would think of, versus Sami Zayn, who's undersized, but, and doesn't have the typical look, but he connects with the crowd because he looks like them more.
He looks like a weirdo with that
Can I throw something out there?
All right, please.
Since both guys have dropped on the main roster, there's a similarity in how they've had to bring themselves up. Like, they both fight for what they want. Kevin Owens takes it by brute force. Sami Zayn kind of uses his heart and his drive and his motivation to kind of get him there. And he knows that, he's not exactly what everyone else is. Kevin Owens has the kind of physique, I guess, and the charisma. Sami Zayn just has the heart.
Yeah.
And
like I said, that's what makes him so appealing to a wider audience, a wider fan base, because, again, he looks like that crowd. He's, fun and charismatic, and he's easy to root for when you're the casual fan or, the kid fan watching WWE. And again, I see Owens appeal. Obviously, he appeals to that, hardcore fan wrestling and the, indie guys, the guys that watch, ROH and all the independent stuff, because, that's where he started. Same with Sammy. If we're looking at things through the eyes of the main, roster, the main product that WWE wants to push, through their main roster, Sami Zayn, to me, is a no-brainer to win this match.
Now, Kevin Owens needs to end this rivalry once and for all and send him back.
But do you think him winning actually ends it, though? Like, story-wise, he gets a win over Zayn, but wouldn't he just come out and brag about it? Because of their history, it would just...
And who Kevin Owens is, he's not going to just let it go and say, bye, Sammy. He's going to be like, I took this match. This is mine. Yeah. I deserve this. Like, he's going to be, like, in
like,
your
his character would keep destroying Sammy until Sammy's
very in your face about it, yeah.
So, I mean, but I want to see more matches. Like, this match might be and probably will be the match of, the night. And it could be, match of the year candidate. If they let these guys wrestle, give them a half hour. Just be like, all right, guys, you get a half hour.
The dynamic between the two wrestlers' fighting styles, I think, is what will make it so interesting. Because Sammy's so fast and so energetic, I guess. Yeah. And Kevin Owens is like the calm, collected, like methodical. He thinks about what he's doing, and he does it with like a lot of force, like a ridiculous amount of force. So it's gonna be a good match.
Then they've had great matches together throughout their career, so this is gonna be no exception if WWE gives them the time. Like, that's the one thing that worries me. Like, despite who wins and who loses and who deserves to win, who doesn't. Like, this match will probably be in the middle of the card somewhere, and they maybe give it 10, 15 minutes, which would be a huge, like, disservice. Like, come on, these are your future young, wrestlers that you're going to hitch your wagon to in the next 5, 10 years.
And they worked so hard to get
here.
Yeah. Hard to put themselves on the map. Just give them the time they need.
Yeah, give them.
So they can build up the momentum they deserve.
Yeah, give them 20 to 30 minutes. Lean towards 30, please. And, just let them wow the crowd. Like, you could put them on and then put, like, a throwaway match after them and then go to the main event. Like, that's how good this match can be.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so.
I'm just a big Kevin Owens guy. I want to see him.
I see.
I want to see him wipe the floor with Zayn.
I want Sammy to
I want
line him up in that corner and kick him right in the face.
I want a feud between Sami Zayn and AJ Styles soon.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
I think if Sami wins this, maybe they move towards that. That would be amazing.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be super cool.
All right, so obviously there's no it's no brainer who we're picking. So Jess is the tiebreaker between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I say Sami. Tim says Kevin Owens. You're the deciding factor.
No pressure or anything.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's not even like a title match. It's not. Because nothing's going to change over at a Payback anyway. It's just a feud that is going to go far, I hope.
Yeah.
And these two wrestlers have done so well to kind of capture my attention lately. I think they both have their strengths, and I'm going to go for Sami.
Yes.
Just because I am an underdog.
Fight, Owens, fight.
I am the underdog that we talk about, and for me to put my faith in him, kind of, I don't know, some sappy thing about underdogs. I don't know. I lost
Fill in some sappy. All right, guys. So,
do you ever think that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they would ever put their differences aside and become a tag team and go for the tag team titles one day?
Maybe that'd be pretty sweet. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Unless if they're starting to get really established as singles wrestler. Like, I'm not a big proponent of just bringing singles wrestler guys together just to form a team if they're already established. Like, even back, a couple years ago when Daniel Bryan and Punk were kind of teaming up a little bit. It sounds like a dream tag team for sure, but
they're so good singles.
They're so good by themselves, and you could do more overall
and
with
I think
your product.
Sammy and Kevin are like that.
Yeah.
Where do you think to go after this?
I think it depends who ends up winning, because in my opinion, if Owens wins, he's going to come out bragging about beating Sammy, blah, blah, blah. He's still going to come and beat Sammy up, because he's going to be like, I'm going to decimate you. I'm going to get you off the
I'm going to embarrass you as much as I possibly
Where if Sammy wins, maybe that propels, Sammy into a new feud with someone, or, it propels Owens into the next spot up, because depends what happens with, the title picture.
I'm sure they might have a match at Extreme Rules or something.
I hope that they just do like a series of matches. Give us like 3. Do the whole 3 matches throughout the 3 pay-per-views, and have like the third one be like the culmination, like an hour-long Iron Man match or something. I don't know.
That'd be something.
Yeah. I don't know if an hour would work with the current WWE product, but I mean, we'd watch it, but maybe not the general audience. But all right, guys, let us know what you think. Who's going to win these matches? How's the rest of the pay-per-view play out? Check out the rest of our videos, and look out for the rest of our prediction videos coming out soon. And check us out everywhere else. All right.
Fight, Owens, fight!
Unfortunately, Sammy doesn't have a thing, or I would save that.
Olé,
olé, olé, olé.
Sammy's lame. Sammy's lame.
Thank you.